says that say hi from me.
Okay.
His name is Avksenti, Aleko in short.
Okay.
My name Eric in short. You can call me Eric. You can call to him Aleko.
Aleko.
So
Aleko. Beautiful
yeah.
names. Beautiful. So I have to welcome you to Bee Haven Coffee Time that I have created. And the purpose of it is just to connect with beekeepers all over the world. So I was thrilled that you reached out or you had a comment on Bee Haven because that gave me an opportunity to say, hey, can we chat? Because I think it's really, really important. So thank you so much.
Thank you
Um,
for the opportunity.
yeah, so how about we start with where you're from?
There are two Georgias in this world. One is in USA and one is in another hemisphere, which is the country. We are located in the center of the Caucasus Mountains. We have the Black Sea, and we are neighboring Turkey and Armenia and Azerbaijan and Russia on the north. We are beekeepers.
Yeah, wonderful. So just what is your seasons? Like, do you have the typical fall, winter, spring, summer, or like what kind of seasons do you have there?
Pretty much. We are not that north, but we have kind of mild subtropic climate most of the time. And yeah, we have nice seasonalities where on the springtime there is spring and in the winter there is winter. But it's not that cold like in Canada or USA.
Okay, so do you get snow like that cold?
We get snow, yeah,
Okay.
but Georgia is very mountainous. We have lowlands and mountains together, so depends on the location. They're like we kind of split two parts, like beekeepers on the lowlands and beekeepers in the mountains. So
Okay.
kind of two different climates.
So beekeeping is big in Georgia, right?
It's pretty progressive. We are a developing country. We try to build the beekeeping industry and doing our best. But we are the motherland of the Caucasian gray honeybee, which
Okay.
is the only honeybee we own here. No buckfast, no hybrid
Okay.
bees here. And also we have the old historical traditions of beekeeping from the archaeological sites. It says that Georgia is pretty old. From the remnants and from the honey, we are pretty old. So that's the baseline of what we are.
Are you using
But
the Langstroth hive?
um, half like half hives are Dadant and halves are Langstroth. But nowadays beekeepers are pretty much switching to Langstroth,
Gotcha. Okay.
and we have up to 14,000 beekeepers in Georgia.
Wow, that's big. That's great. So I guess the biggest thing that is honey, is it? Is that what you're mainly producing?
Yeah, probably everywhere is main producing thing is honey, but we pretty much produce bee venom as well because these Caucasian gray honeybees are doing a lot of bee venom and a lot of propolis.
Okay.
So they are kind of propolis producers and high quality bee venom producers.
Okay.
But main thing is honey for sure.
Cool. So just to step over to the pests, because I think that's really, in North America, that's a big topic, trophy. So
Yes.
thank you. I guess I talked to so many people. Like we talked about going to the expo. When I was at the expo, there was so much conversation about trophy. And to be honest, in North America and even Europe, we're frightened to death. Like we are afraid of this little pest coming into our bees. Yes, Varroa is in North America, it's in Europe and other places. But the trophy word is definitely scaring people. So I
Yes.
think your friend had wrote a thing, a comment, and basically said, you know what, we have trophy, and trophy's well controlled by, I think it was formic acid. I think that's what he mentioned. So let's just take a step back and say, like, how long have you been dealing with that pest trophy? How
ლეკო 2 წელი ხო სადღაც მეორე წელია. So
რა
let me start with
ანუ
the
როგორ აერეცი 2023 წელს ოფიციალურად ნახეთ ჩვენ ახლა ეს დავარეგისტრირეთ, მაგრამ ჩვენ ვარაულობდით რომ 2021 წელს უკვე ჩვენ საზღვრთან მოახლებული იყო.
okay. So it was pretty strange distribution. So Tropic came from the north. So we have the occupied region where Georgian government do not control this kind of occupied region with Russia, and Tropic came from that region. But it was first in 2023 when we first observed that there is some kind of different type of mite we never saw.
Yeah.
but we did not put that much attention to it. And next year in 2024, it was widespread, and everybody knew that there was trophy in Georgia. And crazy thing it was that before that we were discussing trophy in Georgia, but like me and Aleko as well, we were discussing that it takes like 10 years to come to Georgia, so we don't have to worry. And it after 1 week, it was like full spread in Georgia. So it has really crazy and fast distribution and spread of trophy. And yeah, the thing that everybody is frightened in the world, like in Europe mostly,
Yeah.
and you say, and everybody's, it's a hot topic now.
Yeah.
It's because there is a purpose to be scared of trophy, because first we were kind of scared as well,
Yeah.
but we are managing now.
Okay. So, I've done research and I've spoke to a lot of scientists, and I guess the big thing with the difference of trophy and varroa is that trophy really spreads through the hive so quickly. So, like within a week, your hive can be pretty diminished by trophy. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, it spreads really quickly. Like in 1 year, it covered the whole Georgia. Georgia is like 70,000 square kilometers. Like pretty, not that big, but like compared to one state of USA, it covered in 1 year. So it's not about the big movements or stuff. It spreads itself, and it's Hussein Bolt in the hive. It runs really, really
Yes,
quick.
exactly.
It
Yeah.
can run like 1 meter under 10 seconds or something like that.
Wow. Like you mentioned that you're on a union. So is that like a bee club, or is that put rules out for beekeepers? Is that what the union does?
So Georgian Beekeepers Union is the main umbrella organization in Georgia. So we have kind of regional associations, like big players, companies, or input providers, or anybody who are involved in Georgia are under this association. So association covers whole topics and informs and creates the awareness raising campaigns. Uh, 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 like brings the training materials to beekeepers and
Okay.
doing a lot of stuff to beekeepers. And we are pretty close communities. We communicate to every region's beekeepers really day to day. So
Okay.
we know each other very well.
So in Georgia, do you have any rules now with importation, or is like the borders are open, we can bring queens or we can bring bees?
No,
Okay.
no, Georgia is the motherland of gray Caucasian honeybee,
Yes,
Apis
exactly.
mellifera caucasica,
Okay.
and we don't import any bees from other,
Okay.
and it's banned by the government to
So
not
how do you
to
enforce that? Is that just a rule and everyone knows and they don't break it?
It's a rule everyone knows, and
Okay.
we are proud that it's our bees, and
Good.
the motherland of our bees is a Caucasian gray bee. So we don't really need it, because the best bees are the local bees and the
Oh yeah.
most adapted to our climate.
Yeah.
Our bee has the longest
Yeah.
proboscis,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and it is just how it appeared from the evolution,
Good.
that it comes from
No,
Georgia.
yeah.
So we are not really attracted with any other species.
Stick with what you know. That's what I always
Yeah,
say. Right.
yes,
Um,
easy.
so in regards to, I'm getting right into it. In regards to treatment, what do you find? Like, what is the best treatment option now for you guys dealing with trophy?
So first, when Tropi arrived, we had done a lot of experiments. Like every beekeeper was doing the experiments. Also, we found that in the global literature there is very little or no knowledge about trophy in general, the physiology or biology of trophy, and how to treat trophy. And every topic that was online and public was related to the Asian honeybees, not the European honeybee
Okay.
species. So
Yep.
we tried to start doing everything that was working on Varroa. We started implemented on Tropy, but on the way we found out what's more effective, what's less effective, and what has zero effect. So
Okay.
after that, we found that formic acid is the most effective,
Yep.
and also with combination of queen caging.
Yep.
So not only, as you know, the trophy is in a brood,
Yes,
capped brood.
exactly. Yeah.
So only drug that reaches the
Folic acid.
capit root is formic acid, and but that was not still enough. I don't know why, but queen caging is now really popular in
Okay.
Georgia, and
Yep.
I'm sure that when it's spread to the countries where queen caging is not normal action, or
Yeah.
people the beekeepers don't do it, they will switch to it.
Yeah. And I think the big thing is education. People need to be educated about it, right? Um, that's the key to all of this. So, like in regard to the queen caging and brood breaks, that's not common. Like we don't do that. So that's something obviously that needs to be discussed and educated to people. What about like oxalic, or you just go right to formic and that's it?
Yeah, oxalic is always good. It's an organic treatment, and
Yeah,
but still, yeah, oxalic acid only works on the bee body
exactly.
and
Yeah.
any mice that is attached to the bee body, and nothing in the brood. It does not affect anything in the brood. But I need to mention the phoretics life of the trophy. Every literature says that it has no phoretic stage on the live bees because it's
Yes.
only in a brood.
Yes.
But from our experience, we found that it has pretty much longer phoretic phase than it appears in the literature. That's why, because when the swarming season started
Yes.
in the spring in Georgia, trophy spread
Interesting.
massively. So now we will observe really closely in the springtime how it will spread to Eastern European countries, and we know we're gonna watch this like a Netflix movie that it will spread to Eastern
So do you
European
think
countries.
that trophy feeds on the adult
Eventually, it will
bees
cover.
when the brood is not available? Like, what is your thoughts on that? Or it just hops
We
on and goes from swarm to swarm? What do you think?
They follow to swarm for sure, and
Yeah.
swarm has enough time to build new wax and put new brood in it, and
Yes.
trophy will at the end trophy likes the brood and
Yeah,
it
exactly.
reproduces in the brood, but
There is.
still it somehow attaches to the
Yes,
bees
exactly.
and uses to migrate.
So another thing that they've kind of been looking at, and I think has disproved that, you know what, trophy can handle the cold. So, but that's not the case because you just mentioned it can get cold in
So
Georgia, right?
we don't know if it can handle the cold, but we know that in a cold there is a natural brood break. So
Yes,
people like
exactly.
beekeepers are kind of calm that there is a brood break. But in Georgia, in the winters, sometimes you can have kind of warmer days
Yeah.
where in some hives you will have brood, some part of brood, and some hives broodless. And that's the scary part where you don't know which hive has the brood and which hive do not have it. And trophy is also behave strangely because in one apiary maybe you will do observation and open several hives and check that there is no trophy, but maybe in that hive there is no trophy, and it's not like varroa that all hives have
Yeah.
trophy, but it chooses somehow some hives that to infect.
Okay.
So that
So,
part is makes identification, and also for varroa you can count, you can do some alcohol wash test
yeah.
or something, but with trophy you can just see you can easily see even if it's really small in size, you can really see because it moves so quickly and
Exactly.
it reproduces quickly. So if you kind of scratch test or scratch the cap brood, you have like 5 to 10 seconds that trophy will run out
Yeah.
and you would see
So what
visually.
education are you giving the beekeepers in Georgia in regards to the trophy?
From the last year, it was really tough for us to give the nice recommendations to beekeepers because there was no global
Yeah.
knowledge about it. There was no experience about European honeybees, and then we started experimenting of what to give, what kind of trainings to give. But we have done a lot of Zoom meetings with beekeepers, like up to I think we have covered up to 7,000 beekeepers where we
Wow.
shared the information of how to treat and which treating method was the best. But yeah, since we like global researchers and scientists were visiting to Georgia, they
Yes.
are having their own opinion. Sometimes on Apimundi as well we talk to Jeff Pettis. He says we done like Amitraz test in South Korea or something, and Amitraz is good, but local experience is different and
Well, you have a
research is
different
different.
bee. right?
Yeah, different bee, different environment, and
Yes.
everything affects at the end.
Yeah.
So now we are just stuck on formic acid, and we wish that there was something else that reaches to the brood and kills something in a brood, because formic acid has also its downsides. But with cold, I don't think that cold just kills trophy, I
No.
don't think so.
Yeah, I agree.
Because in a hive there is a nice temperature.
Exactly, right? And if they're in the middle of that in the cluster, even if I mean, there's some, and I know the US is doing a test right now that they're asking people to open their hives and just see if there's a brood break or if there's brood. Usually there's a little bit of brood, not a heck of a lot, but it depends on the hive. So, you know, again, I think in the middle, trophies in that comb, it's going to be a warm.
It's warm there,
Yeah,
everyone
exactly.
knows that. And our bees are like cavities and close, like no, it's not like Apis dorsata where it's hanged on a tree and it's
Yes.
like directly on a ambient temperature. It's just inside the controlled temperature, and the trophy will feel fine there, I guess.
Yeah. So with your bees, are they also feral or they're only kept in hives?
Georgian bees like to swarm a lot. They are swarm prone to swarming, but yeah, lots of swarms can be. Okay. I think the main, it's not the human that spreads only. It's maybe can be the one factor, but swarming can spread a lot. And as Thomas Seeley says, naturally in every 2 kilometer there is one swarm.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's kind of natural net that covers the whole country, and this swarming can just transfer the trophy.
Okay. Okay. Wow. You're very knowledgeable, sir. So are you like a scientist?
No.
What is your background?
Yeah, we do a lot of research. Yeah, kind of researcher.
Do you
I
work in
can
the
say
university?
I don't like to say that I am scientist. I don't know, because there are 1,000 scientists and you only read 10 of them who are top, but others you just neglect.
But
So
you know what?
I
I
don't
just
know
think,
being
you know what?
selected.
You are on the ground, right? And you know
Yeah, yeah,
what
we are
is
on the
best.
ground because we faced this, and we were
Yes.
the first one who were scared. We were the first one who fight it and who
Yeah.
won actually, because our hives are now okay. It's now around 15, 20 degrees in Georgia, and they survived the wintering well. We don't have that much losses like in
Just gonna ask
USA.
you.
That Yeah, we don't have that much losses, like 30%, 50% losses. We have like maximum 5% loss
Wow.
from the
Okay.
overwintering,
Wow.
and we keep that.
Yeah. So I guess like most diseases or pests in the hive, finding it early detection obviously is the best. And the same thing your trophy before it kind of blows up.
It's like if you go once a week to one apiary, the
Yeah.
time that visiting to the apiaries is like doubled at least, because of you are scared that there is trophy and you need to check it much quicker, because
Yeah.
trophy has 2 times higher
Yeah.
reproduction
They
and
do.
higher damage to the brood and to the whole hive. It
Yeah.
also spreads viruses as
Yeah.
Varroa does. If you, I can share some,
Yes, for
yeah, I
sure.
can share the screen if it's possible.
Yes.
I will show you the Alekos hives where he
I
took
wish I could
some
have a chat with Eliko. Just tell him I said hello because I feel bad he's just there and I'm not talking to him.
ალეკო, ბოდიშ ვუხტი რომ ვერ ვსაუბრობთო, მაგრამ ძალიან მიხარია რომ ჩვენთან ერთადაა და ეხლა ვეუბნები რომ შენი საფუტკრის ფოტოები უნდა ვაჩვენოთქო. So this is Varroa on the left and Tropy on the right.
Yeah.
And as you see, it's at least 2 times smaller, sometimes 3 times smaller.
რომ ეს შტრიხი არის 1 მილიმეტრი, დიდი შტრიხები.
And the
1
distance
მილიმეტრი.
between this and this is 1 millimeter.
Okay.
So it's kind of crazy that how small it is, but it's still, some beekeepers even cannot find a queen in the hive. But imagine
Yes.
how hard is it to find the trophy there. But
Yeah.
when you do there is some video that,
Oh,
so
wow.
you see how it runs there. So it's
Yeah.
kind of scratch brood. It's
Yes.
there a lot. Sometimes you have up to 20 maybe in one cell. So if you have like up to 5 varroa here, you can have up to 20 trophy or
Yes,
something like
exactly.
that. And these are white ones. You see the
Yes.
younger ones?
Yeah. So the younger one, that's how you know the difference. The younger ones are a di different
Yeah,
რა
color.
გაუდიდი,
they
Okay.
არა,
change the
გაუდიდი.
color. ალეკო, რაც უფრო ბერდებიან, უფრო ფერსიცვლია, ხო, თეთრიდან იმისკენ, მუქისკენ.
კი.
So as they get older, they are changing the color, like bees do normally. Like brood is
Yes,
white,
exactly.
then it
Yeah.
just goes to the colorful. So like this,
Wow.
is, is
Yeah.
this small one?
Yes. I understand that their mouth is like much more violent, I guess, or hooks and teeth are a lot different than the Varroa. It does more
Uh,
damage.
it will be nice for the scientists if they just now try to find if they are feeding on bees,
Yeah.
like Varroa does, because if Varroa goes to these tracheal tubes and sucks
Yeah.
the hem.
აქ უკვე დააკვირდი როგორ ეხამება ცვილს.
Yeah. So now it is a kind of camouflaging here. It's goes to the color as the wax here.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
So yeah.
Oh, there it is. It is
Yeah.
pretty small though, hey?
It is small. It is very, very small. But still, they run a lot, and your eyes cannot skip that they run a lot. They can crawl your hands or stuff like that. Easy. It's not easy to see at the beginning. When you take the frame, you
Yeah.
don't see anything. But when you scratch the
Yeah.
capped brood, then it starts to pop out. So it's like under 10 seconds, trophy will. If there is nothing there, you just say that there is no trophy. Unfortunately, there is no test that defines the infestation level of trophy in a hive
Yeah.
like we do for Varroa.
Yeah.
That's the problem now.
Yeah. I hear you. So if you're treating with formic acid, like would you how much would you do it? Like once like every 3 weeks or like what's your treatment plan?
Different beekeeper have different approach now, depends on the infestation level. Some beekeepers like 85% formic, some
Yeah.
beekeepers like 65%. Aleko is a fan of 65%
Hit them
formic.
hard. Hit them hard.
ალეკო, რა პერიოდულობით უკეთებს ჭიანჭველამჟავას, ანუ კვირაში ორჯერ თუ 7 დღეში ერთხელ თუ რა
ო,
წამლობის
ანუ
იგია?
თავარი რა არის იცი აქ იგერე გარკვეული კონცენტრაცია უნდა იყოს ჭიანჭველების მოლეკულების.
კი ბატონო,
და ყველაფერი დამოკიდებულია სკის კონფიგურაციაზე, კლიმატზე,
კი ბატონო.
და ოჯახის კონდიციაზე.
So he says that it has a lot of factors when we do like seasons, climate, what's the temperature, what's the
Exactly.
condition of the hive, are they strong, are they two stores, one store,
Yeah.
are they
Exactly.
weak? So that's where we design of how to do it. But still, yeah, in the summer times when trophy is the highest, we do 65% and once a week sometimes, depends on
Oh,
the
yeah.
infestation.
So I know with formic acid, it's very temperature dependent. Like sometimes I've heard people use formic acid and it cooks their queen. Now,
It is.
right. So are you guys getting into that problem?
Even if we lost one hive out of 10, we
Yeah.
still gonna do it because
Yeah. Oh,
there
I
is no
agree.
other options. There
Yeah.
is no other options. There are options, but it's for very labor intensive. So you just take all the broods and place to another hive,
Yeah.
empty box, and you just left the broodless and then use another stuff like
Yeah.
amitraz or
I,
any
I
other.
I think of it like risk versus benefit. So if you're gonna
Yes.
risk losing one hive as opposed to 10, I think I'll lose the one.
Yeah, and you
Right?
will all experience this, I'm sure. But I don't know if it goes overseas that quickly, but I'm sure that in 5 years it will go
Yeah. That's the I think the estimate. I think right now Europe is very, very nervous because it's moving west. But I guess for us, even North America, like the different ports, people are really worried about, a swarm of bees will go to a ship, the ship ports into a city or a town or a country, and then it comes off. So I think that's what they're really worried about. There is even some conversations that,
There
maybe,
was one case when ship came, yeah, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
and it has no wax or brood there, and
yeah,
that's scary part.
yeah,
But
exactly, right?
yeah, it will be man-made if it will go overseas. It will be man-made. Like we just take the example of Australia, where they don't have
Yes.
varroa at all,
Yeah.
but now we are all sitting in the same boat, yeah,
Mm.
and it's just matter of time.
Yeah, I agrg. Yeah.
წელი ფიქრობდით, რომ ტროპი არ შემოვიდოდა და სინამდვილეში ეს მანძილი
Good.
2 წელში გადააფარა.
Hey, we just say again, we were discussing, it was hot topic here in Georgia that Tropi won't approach us like at least 10 years because
Wow.
how? Because there we see the distribution map. We were so far from
Yeah.
Philippines or the natural places where they are. But it just skipped whole countries and came here.
Yeah.
And the same will happen to Europe. Even so, they will put too much regulations. It will not matter because at the end, it's better to put much more effort in science, in
Yes, I
research,
agree.
and in preparation of beekeepers because
Yeah.
it will cover just Europe.
So I think it's really important to note that with even in Georgia, you told me that you're not bringing bees in, right? So you have your own bee, and you have rules that you're not allowed to bring in different bees from other places,
We don't.
and it's still entered. You know what I mean? It's still cut onto your original bee.
Yeah, I know that USA and Canada brings a lot of back and forth, like packages and
Yes,
queen
yes,
bees
yes.
and stuff. We don't do like that.
Yeah, exactly,
We
right?
only export queen bees to our neighboring countries, but we never. Also, we did the genetic research last year, where we made sure that 96% of the bees here are just local, and
Yeah.
4% was I don't know how it happens, but it still happens that. If you don't import it from the neighboring country, it will fly itself. So
Yeah.
that
Right.
was
Isn't that
another.
interesting though? I guess it just hops on the adult bee and just hangs on when I think about that, right? Because it is a bird
Yeah,
disease. So like how the heck
yeah.
does that happen?
Yeah. Now we are the epicenter of trophy. We did not hide anything because some countries like to hide. We were the first one who declared globally that we are trophy infested. So once any European or Eastern European countries are now much more higher in risk, they should say that we have trophy. So next country should be prepared,
Okay. So
and
you're
the
thinking
beekeeper should be
some
prepared.
certain countries probably have it, either they don't know they have it or they're not sharing that they have it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Most of the times they don't like to share it.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe by force or without knowing that they have, but they don't like to share it.
Yeah.
And maybe it affects on exports, maybe some
Yes,
kind of,
exactly.
for example, if trophy is now in Ukraine, UK will ban it because Ukrainian queens goes to
Yeah.
UK. So
Yeah.
they don't like it, and because of the economy and
Yes,
this
exactly.
big business, they will hide.
So I know in Canada, I'm not sure about the US, but in Canada, there has been some conversations. Nothing's put in place that, you know what, we need to stop importing queens from other places like Ukraine or Hawaii
Yes.
or whatever the case may be. Not sure if that's even going to happen. But I think going back to the original thing we said, I think we really need to focus on our natural bees and what does best in our environment. So we should become
Yes.
self-sufficient. Why do
Yeah,
we have to
time,
order
time,
stuff in?
time brings experience.
Exactly.
From our experience, the best bees. Maybe breakfast brings more honey. I don't know, but we
Yeah,
don't know. We never had. But best bees for us is the local bees,
I think that's
and
great.
I think
Stick with what you know. It's
even
good.
if you buy the bees, you should buy from the closer area,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
from experience.
Yeah, for sure. You are so knowledgeable.
Thank you.
You are such a smart guy.
Yeah.
Wow, for
I
sure.
will go red now. Yeah.
So you must be obviously well read. You're constantly reading about this, examining it,
Yeah.
researching it. Is that right?
We know what's happening globally. We know everything. We want to be one of the leading bee guys in the world
Yeah.
because we have pretty much history and
Yeah.
everything. The beautiful nature. It's a Caucasus Mountains. Half of the country is forested, and
Nice.
lots of things to be on the global map. Just we
Yeah.
were not on the global map, but now we are gonna be on the global map.
Yeah. So in regards to people, researchers flocking to Georgia to have a look at the bees and look at trophy, are you seeing that a lot? Is there a lot of
Yeah.
okay.
Its interest is growing now. We force like Europeans, we kind of make them more scarier just to come and just to put more money because without every research is really
Yeah.
high cost. And yeah, it's the interest is growing. Even for if we take the examples for Varroa, the research was ongoing like for many years, but after like
Yeah,
some 20 years or something, there was new stuff that Varroa
exactly.
is not feeding on things, is
Yeah,
feeding on that. Same things with trophy. Now, what researchers can say on trophy may not be true after 5 years or stuff,
yeah,
and this might have a really strange behavior just because. Just because of evolution, just take the like older bee, they can act as a young bee
yes, exactly.
if it's a
Yeah,
survival. Same
yeah,
thing can happen with trophy, but yeah, we should take the examples and just be more observable. And the tinier the mites are, the more harder it is to
exactly.
research. So
Yeah,
first thing I will, from my opinion, is that just to now go and see what feral bees are doing in the
yeah,
forest.
yeah,
Are they surviving from trophy? That will be the nice topic in Georgia
yeah,
to survive. And another, if they are feeding on bees, what's the
yeah,
theoretic
exactly. So
page
I know,
like?
like with the
How do they
Apis dorsifera,
survive?
the Apis dorsifera, the giant honeybee. I mean, they've been living with trophy for hundreds of years. So obviously they've evolved and they've developed different practices like grooming and hygiene and to actually live with it. So they're
Yeah.
living with it. Now, I'm not sure how healthy it is, and they're not in a box, they're in a tree, but they've still evolved over
They are
time.
so much different
Yeah,
bees
you're
than
right.
European honeybees. They are so much. We cannot learn that much from Apis dorsata for
Yeah,
sure.
I agree.
For them, Tropilaelaps is nothing,
Yeah, you're
and
right.
they are huge. They can split. They can survive outside winds
Yeah,
and storms.
yeah,
But
totally different.
our honeybees are much softer. They live in
Yeah,
a box. They need too much attention, and now it's a good period to start researching Tropilaelaps on European honeybees. Then it will have really
okay.
a great
Wow.
impact on to share the information and because what we say is not based on it's not based on science now. It's based on what we see, and it can be
Exactly.
also
Again,
wrong. It
you're on
can
the
be also
ground.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could say, I don't know, three things to us, like whether in North America, or, the States, Europe, that do not have trophy right now, what would you say? What would you tell us? Calm down? Like, what would you say?
So first, I would say that it will go closer countries, so you just relax a bit.
Yeah.
So overseas, relax a bit, just observe what we do. And second thing I will say is that once it arrives in a country, beekeepers are kind of agitating like aggressive beehive, that don't bring my hive, don't consume,
Yeah.
don't do this, don't buy queen from a lot of things happen, but it will still spread. The main thing is that just be calmer, take your observation,
Yeah.
try some stuff, observe from other countries'
Exactly.
experience, like from Georgia, and just fight and adapt it because it is just a result of the globalization. And in from 1980s we got Varroa, yeah,
Yeah.
but we had no idea about Varroa before that, and we adapted, and now
Exactly.
we deal with Varroa. Same thing will happen with trophy. And yeah, it needs time, it needs research, it needs lots of effort, money, and everything will be fine at the end. Our bees will be fine. And third thing we don't know is that what will happen after 5 years that trophy will be
Yeah.
adapted to bees, to
Yeah.
European bees.
Yeah.
Will they mutate? Will they be much heavier to fight? Or we don't know this. That's the part we are scared.
Yeah. Okay. So other than trophy, what else do you have to worry about? Yes, Varroa, but do you have anything like the different yellow-legged war hornets? Do you have any?
We have hornets. Everybody got hornets, no? We have hornets
No,
for
we don't
no?
in Canada.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
not here
Okay,
yet.
we have
Yeah.
hornets. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Hornets, we don't have beetles, but we have hornets. Main thing is Varroa, I think, if you
Yeah.
fight. Still, if the beekeeper knows how to fight Varroa, is halfway on the fighting of trophy because it's quite the same
Yeah.
with this life cycle and
იქნავს რომ
everything.
კანადაში არ შემოვა ვაროა, ვაროა მეტი ტროპი.
კი შემოვა, მაგრამ ეს იგი არ გვყავსო რა, აზიური ფუტკრისა, კრაზანები არ გვყავსო და ჩვენ გვყავს მე. But with we have this bee eaters a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, That's the issue. And what else? Nothing else actually. But varroa is the main problem, yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay. So anything else you think we should know?
We are a very hospitable country, and if somebody wants to personally see what it looks like to see trophy and to observe, you are welcome. We will take to a tour and some guided tour, explain like on a field what's happening and how it's happening and what we do to fight it.
That'd be pretty sweet. That'd be pretty educational.
You are welcome.
Wow, I would love that. I think that's all the questions I had. I mean, the big thing was trophy. The big thing is everyone over here is scared. I guess you know what? The big thing is fear of the unknown. But it's not
Yes.
unknown to your country, obviously. And I think we also need to take your lead. You guys are doing it. You guys are
Yeah.
surviving. You don't have big losses.
I encourage everything in Georgia to learn more about queen caging because queen
Yes.
caging made us to survive because we
Okay.
create less periods. And I know that with commercial beekeepers and even in Europe, so most of the countries do not do queen caging. And
No.
I think world will switch with trophy to queen caging, not only the treatment. And
Okay.
it will be more labor intensive for sure, but
Well,
we have no choice.
I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
this opportunity.
You guys are great. Hopefully we'll get you on the map. So I guess are you always talking to different people from different countries?
Yes.
Okay. So
Next
this is
meeting we
kind
have now with Romanian scientists who do the nutrition's bee nutrition, and he has some new research he wants to share with us. So
you should go on the map. You're a very smart man. People need to listen to you.
thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate.
So say hello and goodbye to your friend here and thank you.
ალეკო, ძალიან დიდი მადლობა და ბოდიში რომ ვერ ვახერხეთ კომუნიკაციას და ძალიან კარგი იქნება თუ გეწვევითო და მადლობა ყველაფრისთვის, ძალიან
დიდი
ჭკვიანები და
მადლობა და მადლობას მასპინძლობისაც გაგიწევთ, ასე რომ ვთქვათ. საქართველოს კიდე მოიპატიჟე და ეგეთ
He
მადლობა.
says once again that we are very hospitable and you can come with us and we will take to lead to you to our appearance and show
Yeah.
you what's happening.
So just
And
make
thank you
sure
for this
can you
opportunity.
tell him that you know what? Anytime he wants to comment or add anything to Behaven, please do because he's
We
the
are
master of this.
following to Behaven really heavily, and we know about you from this time. And it is so cool that this online and internet gives us
Yeah.
opportunities that we don't know each other, but we follow you and we know what you do and what how you do your job. So
Thank you.
thank you again, and you do the great job.
Perfect. Well, thank you again. We'll chat. I want you to have a great day.
You too. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.